I'd like to welcome you to the Controls Mobil Showcase. We want to illustrate how our products can best benefit our customers in real-life applications and at the same time address all of their key needs for their industrial designs, whether it's early on in the planning and configuration stage or in the installation stage where we can help them do the installation faster, or in a smaller cabinet, and then in the operational phase how we can apply current safety standards for their equipment to keep their machine safe. Energy management, you can't manage your energy unless you can measure it. A lot of our devices will control and manage motor loads, which are the high consumers of energy in the marketplace. So we'll relate back to how we can do your energy management better. And then in the operational diagnostic and maintenance phase to either recover from a fault condition faster or maybe pick up that fault condition quicker so that we can repair it before it actually shuts your system down. And we'll do that by individual stations showing actual application examples. Our first station is actually an online internet connection to our a lot of our tools and resources page that are available to the customers in the international or World Wide Web. So you can go into our website, which is usa.siemens.com/controls, and go into various pages here that'll help you in that design phase, whether it's the CAD drawing section where you can download 2D and 3D drawings, get UL certification documents for your panel, as well as online product selection pages and documentation, manuals, operating instructions, such like that, are all available online through this system to, again, simplify your planning and configuration stage. Our first station here represents a remote pumping station, and in this box we actually have a pump panel from our West Chicago facility where I've customized it with one of our products called SIMACODE to be able to do a custom pump panel application that not only can provide you local control for the system and be able to operate it locally, but you can also now put it in full automatic mode and have control over a network system. In this case, we've hooked it up with a wireless system, so our SIMACODE product actually will talk Profinet over this wireless link back to a host PLC or DCS system. We've also incorporated a full safety module here to replace the functionality of a safety relay. So now this pump can actually be shut down up to a high level of SIL 3 or Category 4 or the new PLE safety standards and have remotely connected directly to the PLC over the network system. This application is for a robotic cell requiring safety standard approvals. Where you have a typical robot cell, many times you'll have different pieces of equipment, say 2 welders, that then have to interface to a robot. And both welders and the robot come from different manufacturers. So from a safety circuit, the handshaking is typically a dry contact type signal system. And it requires a lot of individual wires being pulled between the welders and the robot station, and it's an all or nothing. If any of the welders have an issue, basically the whole system has to shut down. We're utilizing a product here called MSS, or Modular Safety System, which is a programmable safety relay that allows the safe inputs and safe outputs to actually be connected over a very simple 2-wire cable. So now the connection between a one welding station and a second welding station is now that simple 2-wire cable, reducing a lot of wiring being strung around the robot cell. And we have the ability to individually shut off sections. So if one welder goes down, I can still have 50% productivity. I can reset that system and have it come back up. These areas also have protection for entry, and so a lot of times you'll have solenoid locking gate switches for restricted access. Again, on this simple 2-wire network system connected back to the programmable relay, I can now request access to the system. The whole system will shut down, gain access, do the repairs I need to do, come back in, lock it, restart back up. And again, all on that simple 2-wire system. So this design not only will reduce the wiring for the overall system, but it gains flexibility as to how and when you want to shut the system off, and it incorporates the safety for both the welder controllers and for perimeter access. This application here is for a multiple pump skid, where you'll have a drop-in situation where you'll have multiple motors on a portable or remote type system. And so we have the remote access, again, using the wireless client back to a host PLC or PCS system. But on this panel, to be able to control and monitor the multiple motors, we're incorporating a relatively new open technology called IO-Link. And IO-Link is a point-to-point system, so it's not an additional network, but it's a very cost-effective way to either bring in multiple starters onto one network connection, be able to monitor and bring back in not only motor current, but power consumption, voltage, and power factor from each motor, as well as monitoring relays that can bring in both single-phase or, say, 3-phase voltage off of a panel already scaled back into your automation system. Again, this is called IO-Link. It's a very simple 3-wire connection from a master to a device, not a network. So there's no network addresses required for these devices, but they, again, still are very cost-effective for bringing the analog or the process value, voltage, current, power factor, speed, level, things like that, back into your automation environment without adding an additional network. This solution here, this panel, is representing, say, an assembly line where, again, you'll have multiple motors in a common cabinet. And traditionally, the way to control and protect multiple motors, you'll have a very wide expansion of, say, expandable slice I/O with a high number of input and output modules and wiring-intensive solution out to each individual starter that you can then control the on-off state of the starter and get some diagnostic information by the factor of auxiliary contact or an alarm contact to know, is the motor on or is it faulted? Again, using this IO-Link technology, we can greatly reduce the number of I/O modules required and the wiring required for doing this same solution. So 16 starters going with IO-Link, I now have a drop of I/O this big with a single IO-Link master to be able to control that same 16 starters. So I'm replacing basically 80 individual wires with this solution with 12 wires. And it's not a network connection, so I'm not adding a level of complexity or network. All of these starters map into your automation system as direct digital input and output signals. But at the same time that I have individual control, I now have the flexibility to pick up a single fault, that if I lose that circuit breaker, I'll know that that single module has been failed. Or if I lose the power feed for this whole bank by shutting off a single breaker, I can now get the fault condition individually for each of these 4 starters as well. So again, tremendous wire reduction and installation time for OEMs, but again, better and more comprehensive diagnostics for the end user. And again, this is incorporating a technology called IO-Link.
Hello, I'd like to take a minute to tell you about Siemens Drive Technologies. First, let's talk about applications. Siemens Drive portfolio is specifically designed to meet your applications. Here, we've got the G120P drive specifically designed for pump and fan applications. Next, let's talk about energy efficiency. Siemens designs drives to help our customers save money by saving energy. The G120D drive that you see here is designed to be placed outside on conveyors to help material handling applications save money through regenerative power. When we talk about Siemens products, we're constantly innovating products to enhance our drive portfolio. The SINAMICS V20 that you see here is a low-cost drive designed to be easy to use, easy to install, and easy to save money. Finally, Siemens drives are now included in the TIA portal. That allows us to seamlessly integrate our drive technologies within the automation system. These topics are just a few of the reasons why it's a great time to be involved with Siemens drives.